Welcome to today's video. In today's lesson you're going to look at employment income, and this one is under the business data analysis, whereby we are looking at the topic for taxation of employment income through the Excel, and we've been given a question here that we shall go through it and we shall be able to tackle this particular question. So first thing first, I will rename my worksheet to be employment income. That is my employment income. And I'll read through. Henry Musyoki is employed as a finance manager at Panda Limited. He has provided the following details relating to his income for the year ended that 1st December 2021. His employment contract provided for the following: basic monthly salary of 182,500, transport allowance per month is 12,000, leave pay, which is paid in December, which is 60,000. He was accommodated in a company owned house where he was deducted 25,000 per month as nominal rent. If the house had been rented at the market value, the company would have been charging monthly rentals of 45,000. The company furnished the house for him at 260,000. He was paid 120,000 as Labor Day award by the company for being the most hardworking and committed employee during the year. The company has a registered pension scheme for its employees where it contributed 15% of each employee's basic salary. Henry Musyoki contributed 10% of his monthly basic salary towards the scheme. He was enrolled to a medical scheme with Bahati Insurance Limited, where he spent 30,000 on medical bills during the year. The medical scheme catered for senior employees only. His wife was given goods worth 180,000 by the company during the Christmas season. The company provided him with a cook and a security guard from 1st October 2021, where it paid them salaries of 15,000 and 20,000 respectively. On 1st July 2021, he secured an education insurance policy for his child at an annual premium of 150,000 payable by the company. He was out of the workstation in the month of September 2021 for 8 days, for which he was paid daily per diem allowance of 5,000. Pay deducted by the company from his salary was 46,000 per month. So you are required taxable income for Henry Musyoki for the year ended that 1st December 2021, and tax payable, if any, on the income computed in C1 above. So I will tackle this question here, and this is Henry Musyoki. Henry Musyoki. Taxable income for the year ended that 1st December 2021. So you can merge this and center that, and you can also merge these and also center. I can control B, and even this one control B to bold that, and I will start with my employment, because majority of them is employment income. And the first thing was the basic. You have the basic salary, and for the basic salary we are told he was receiving 182. It was a basic monthly salary, so I will put is equals to 182,500, and I multiply by 12 because we need per annum. We need per annum, and I need it to have 1,000 separator that way with 0 decimal place. And the second one, transport allowance. The transport allowance per month was 12,000 per month. We multiply by 12 months per annum. Then leave pay paid in December. So you have the leave pay, which was paid in December, which was 60,000 in December. He was accommodated in a company house. We shall come back to that, but at the end of note 2, the company furnished the house for him at 260,000. So that is a furniture benefit. furniture benefit. For furniture benefit, the benefit is usually, so we shall put the cost of the furniture was to 60,000. We multiply by 12%. 12% per annum is the benefit that is one qualifies for. You are given a house which is fully furnished. The taxable benefit will be 12% of the cost of the furniture. He was paid on 20 for Labor Day award by the company for being the most hardworking. So this one is award, best hardworking award, best hardworking award. Yeah, because it is in lieu of the work that is doing, then it will be taxable. 120,000. Then the other one, the company has registered pension scheme for its employee, where it contributed 15% of his employee's basic salary. Henry Musyoki contributed 10%. So we normally say for the employer contribution to pension above the set limit, the amount excess of the set limit will be taxable. So in this case, you will find that our income was 290. If I look at the pension, let me just calculate here. Employer contribution to pension, employer contribution to pension, employer contribution to pension. If I can do it in this particular cell, you will find that I will take this value. He was contributing what? 15%. By 15%, and I enter. So he was contributing 328. The amount that the employer was contributing for him was 328. So in this particular cell, we shall take the amount above the set limit. So we shall take this and we minus the set limit is normally 240. Anything above 240 will be taxable for the employer contribution. So the amount that will be taxable will be that value. Yeah, it will be that particular value. That value. And just extend this employer contribution to pension. Yeah, that way. So that's the amount that will be taxable, amount above. So the total amount that employer contributed was this, but the set limit up to 240 it will be non-taxable, but above 240, which is 88,500, that amount will be taxable. Then the other thing that we have in this case, let me just reduce these so that, yeah, that way. The other thing that we are having, we are under the pension, for the one that Henry was contributing will be allowable deduction. He was enrolled to a medical scheme with the Bahati Insurance, where he spent 230 on medical bills during the year. The medical scheme catered for senior, so this one is discriminatory. Yeah, medical, so therefore it is taxable. Medical bills or medical scheme, this one is discriminatory, and because it is discriminatory, therefore it will be taxable at 230. The whole amount will be so let me just call it a medical scheme. Yeah, medical scheme or medical bills, medical scheme, it will be taxable. Then his wife was given goods worth 180,000 by the company during Christmas. So this one we call it the free gifts to wife. If you are given free good gifts above 36,000 per annum, then the amount will be taxable. Any amount above the recommended limit, so we shall minus 36. Up to 36 they are free, they are tax free up to 36, but anything above 36 will be taxable. In this case, he was given goods worth 180, so the amount excess of 36 was 144. That amount will be taxable. Then number 7, the company provided him with a cook and a security guard. So he shall have cook and a security guard. So ideally you're supposed to pay for your own cook and security guard. So when the employer pays for you, then it will be a taxable benefit. So the company provided him a cook and security guard from October. Those are 3 months, October to December, where it will pay a monthly of 15 and 20 respectively. So the cook was paid 15,000 by 3 months. which will be 45,000, and the guard was paid 20,000 by 3 months, which will be 60,000 for the guard. On July, he secured an education insurance policy for his child at an annual premium of 150,000 payable by the company. That was on July. Those are 6 months. Remember, the annual premium was 150. So insurance premium or insurance policy, we have an insurance policy, and the amount was 150,000. 150,000 was per annum. 150,000 we shall multiply by half or by 0.5. We just take 0.5 for 6 months. For 6 months, which will be 75,000. That will be the benefit for that particular year, only from July. He was out of workstation in the month of September 2021 for 8 days, for which he was paid a daily per diem allowance of 5,000. So we have per diem. These are money that you are paid while you are out of your official workstation. And for the per diem, the first 2,000 is exempted from tax, and there were 8 days. So we shall put, we'll open the bracket, 5,000, I minus 2,000 per day, I close the bracket, and I multiply by how many days? There were 8 days. He was out for 8 days. So the first 2,000 will be exempted from tax, but the extra amount will be taxed. So the total amount will be 24,000. And we're having the pay that was deducted. I hope you have covered everything in this particular case. So we shall have employment income. Our employment income. So we shall add this alt equals, so that we can sum that, and I will make this bold, control bold. That is our employment income. So he was accommodated in a company house. So here we shall calculate house benefit, and for the house benefit is normally the higher of 15% of employment income. So I'll put employment income here, and I will take this, which will be equals to this value by 15%, because it's just a normal employee, by 15%, and we compare with market value of the rent. We are told that if the house had been rented at a market value, the company could have been charging monthly rentals of 45,000. So this one will be equals to 45,000 by 12 for the whole year if it was rented. So we normally take between these two, which one is higher. So the higher one is a market rent, so that we had a nominal rent. These are amounts that the employee pays, but they are less than the market value. Yeah, the amount that are deducted to maintain the house, just a small amount compared to the market. So he was paying, he was accommodated in a company owned house where he was deducted 25,000 per month as nominal rent. So this one will be equals to 25,000 by 12 for the whole year. The amount deducted was 300,000. So the first thing we compare the employment income vis-a-vis the market rent. So between the two, the one that is higher in this case will be 540 between these two. So here we are comparing this. We can put that and this value, these two. Yeah, so the one that is high is 540. So our employment or our house benefit in this case will be equals to, we shall take this, the market rent, and I minus the nominal rent to get the amount to 40,000 will be our house benefit. And we get what we call the pensionable pay. So again, here is the sum, alt equals, I just need the sum of these two, I enter. This is our pensionable pay. I will bold, control B, yeah, and I can put the bottom border in this case. Even here I just need to put a bottom border to show actually we are calculating that. Then here we less allowable deduction, less allowable deduction, And for allowable deduction, you can bolden that. Even this one I can bold, employment income, not employment. You can remove that. Don't want to bold that. This one can be bold. So let's allowable deduction. We have contribution to pension. Contribution to pension. Contribution to pension. I'll just take two amounts. Our actual contribution. So the actual amount that he was contributing in our case, so the actual amount that was being contributed is in this note. Yeah, Henry Musyoki contributed 10% of his monthly basic salary. Okay, so we continue here. Our actual under contribution to pension, our actual contribution here in this cell, he was contributing 10% here. Yeah, Henry Musyoki contributed 10% of his monthly basic salary towards the scheme. So we normally use the annual amount by 10%. By 10% there, and I enter vis-a-vis the set limit. The set limit for pension is normally to 40,000. So the lesser here, now we take the lesser value between the two, and you'll find that the lesser value between these two is 219. So here our value that we shall less, I'll put a negative sign and I pick this because that is the lesser value between the two. So we take that, and I will format that letter, and we shall minus that, and I think it was the only amount that was being deducted. So let me format this in order to use the bracket. Yeah, if you need to use the bracket, you'll come here and you pick the one with a minus here. You will format here where we have a minus. I'll eliminate this. I replace it with the bracket, and at the end I replace it with the bracket, and I put OK. And it will turn out to be a bracket, and get the net employment income, net taxable, employment income, net taxable employment income, which we shall put alt equals. We sum these two. Yeah, and I enter that one. I'll put bottom border on this, and I'll bold this, control bold, and I can increase my size. Let me use 12 so that it is visible. And even I can decide to use the times. There's no problem to that way, so that at least it is visible under that. So that is our net employment income. So the next thing, so I can close this again with the bottom border that way, because we are done with that. Number 2, we need tax payable, if any, on the income computed. So our Roman 2 here, Roman 2, tax payable. There's a way you can use a what if, but I'll go directly, because we know we are using the annual from 1 shilling to 288. 1 shilling to 288. So I'll put this one is equals to 288, the upper limit, and I multiply by 10%. Or 0.1. The first one will be that. The second category, or I can just use let me open the bracket to simplify this. Use a bracket, that plus, I open the bracket. The second one is 100. When you minus the second range from 388 to 288, 100,000, and I multiply by 25%. And I close that bracket. I enter. So that is the first two bands. The second one is any amount in excess. Yeah, here is excess over. So here we'll put equals to, I'll take my actual minus the maximum in the set limit, which is 388,000, and I will close that bracket and I multiply by 30%. Multiply by 30%, and I will by 30%. So here at the beginning I will put the opening bracket and I enter, so that now the gross tax, gross tax is the sum of the two, alt equals the two of them. That's our gross tax. Yeah, that is our gross tax that we are having. So let's the set-offs here, our set-offs, and the first set-off is pay as you want, and our pay we have been given is 46,500 per month. So this one will be 46,500 per month multiplied by 12 months, and I will put a negative because this one we are minusing, and I put equals. Again, let me just format these cells. Need this custom, change these. Need to use a bracket. It is easier when you are using brackets to make it look good in accounting. Yeah, that way. Then that is our payee. Then we had what? Personal relief. Each employee qualifies for personal relief, and our personal relief in this case, I forgot to include it here. It's normally 28,800 under this graduated scale rate. Again, I will use negative 28,800 per annum. We had insurance relief. It's normally the lesser of our premium paid, the premium paid, and I can just do it here. The premium paid, which will be is equals to our insurance policy. We had this multiplied by 15%. 15% of the premium paid, 15%, and you compare with the set limit. Set limit is normally 60,000 per annum, but remember in our case we are dealing with 6 months. It was only 6 months, so by 0.5, which will be 30,000 by 30,000, and by 30,000 the lesser between the two is what we shall less, and the lesser one will be 11,250. That is the less amount. I think that's all that we need under that. It's what we need under that, and so we shall get the net tax payable, net tax payable, and again we shall use alt equals. We need the sum from this point, and I will put enter. So that will be our value, bottom border here, bottom border, and I will bold this, control bold. Even this one I can control bold, and that is how that particular question was supposed to be done. So our net tax will be this one, tax payable if any on the income computed. So the tax payable will be 309,160, and the total net taxable employment income was supposed to be 3 million. Control bold, 3,232,700, and that is our question for Henry Musoki under the employment income. Remember, these are questions that we are covering under the business data analysis, and you need to have, for you now to be able to tackle this, you need to have the general knowledge, or you have that particular idea on how do we tackle taxation of employment income. And this one you covered under the intermediate level currently, the taxation and public finance and taxation, and in the advanced you did it under the tax planning for individuals. But under this case now we are looking at it now, the question for employment, whether you can be able to remember this concept and apply the concept of Excel, advanced Excel, So in this case, I think I will enlarge this, change this to Times New Roman, Times New Roman, and put font 12. Even this one to look good for better presentation. And that is our question. Yeah, you can reach us for more detailed analysis, for more revision on this area and any other area. Yeah, thank you.